You know, but our states, you know, everybody thinks somehow the Second Amendment is absolute. You're not allowed to go out and own an automatic weapon. You're not allowed to own a machine gun. You're not allowed to own a flamethrower. You're not allowed to own so many other things. Why in God's name do we allow these weapons of war in our streets and at our schools?
Yeah, everything you just heard right there from Joe Biden was a lie. Once again, lying about our rights. Biden says weapons of war were used in the tragic Nashville school shooting, which isn't the case. And now he's calling on Congress to do more to strip our rights from us and ban a group of guns that don't even exist. And his own ATF nominee can't even define. For more, let's bring in North Carolina Senator Ted Budd. Senator, great to have you here today, sir. Some of your colleagues have voted with Democrats to take away our Second Amendment rights, Republican colleagues. And now it has come out that the Nashville shooter bought 7 guns in full compliance with all those restrictions that Republicans and Democrats colluded to impose on us. So Biden and the Democrats' new measures have done nothing to make us safer. We know Democrats don't have the cognitive ability to grasp these fundamental American concepts of freedom. But why isn't it the GOP universally in favor of preserving constitutional rights rather than restricting them?
Well, Chris, thanks for having me. And, you know, it doesn't matter where you are politically. This is a tragedy. We're still gathering facts. Our hearts are broken regarding this and ones that happened before this. But Joe Biden is jumping right in. He's trying to politicize something without having all the facts. And he's completely focusing on a device problem. And we don't have a device problem in this country when it comes to firearms. What we have is a people problem. He completely skips over all the social dynamics that are going in here. The crisis that we've had, particularly since COVID, he's not addressing that. That's really where we need to focus because it's a people problem, not a device problem. We need to get firearms out of the hands of dangerous individuals and not so much worry about the firearms themselves, but worry about dangerous individuals who have firearms. And we don't have to infringe upon people's Second Amendment rights to fix this problem. We have to focus on the people problem that's really at the bedrock of this.
Yeah, speaking of people problems, we have an entire administration that doesn't do their jobs, from Biden on down. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas had no idea how his and Joe Biden's policies have led to the making the narco-terrorists rich and exploiting Americans and illegal aliens alike. Watch.
The photograph that was before. What are these wristbands?
I don't know what they are.
You
Senator.
don't know what they are. Mr. Secretary, you...
Wow. Senator, you have a bill that seeks to tackle this issue of sex trafficking. And if 100% of Democrats voted against parental rights, how many do you expect Democrats to support your bill to stop the sex slave trade into the United States?
You know, it's been very frustrating to see how many are refusing to deal with the root of the problem. I've been to the border multiple times. I've talked to our border agents. They know how to solve this problem. We know how to fix this issue. We lost over 100,000 people due to fentanyl. That's not even talking about the human trafficking that's going on here. And that's why my bill, when they do human traffic, and so many of those tragically are forced into prostitution, many of them need an abortion. So we're going to require with my bill that abortion providers actually have to contact the human trafficking hotline. And we need to get at the root of this, really, which is fixing our border. That stops human trafficking, which has to do with those wristbands, and it also stops the fentanyl that's coming across and killing us in droves here in America.
Only got a short period of time here, Congressman, about 45 seconds. You have slammed the Biden administration for changing its story on the China spy balloon last month and have demanded accountability. What is it that you're going to do that would bring the administration to account for allowing the spy balloon to traverse our entire country before shooting it down?
We're going to force them to get their story straight. Was it first seen on January 27th? Was it early February? Could they have shot it down beforehand? Or did they say it's too dangerous once it's over American soil, which it entered twice, first in Alaska, second over Idaho, Montana? They need to get their story straight, and they need to make sure that this doesn't happen again and that we are protecting American people, American lives, and our own national security by preventing spy balloons from traversing American soil. They need to get their story straight, and they need to be on guard against this because China's not our friend.
Senator, I hope you get some Democrats that actually will come over and try to stop sex trafficking into the United States. Sex trafficking is just absolutely abhorrent. Senator Ted Budd, also want to thank you for supporting us here on Newsmax, getting us back on DirecTV, and having the view that all voices ought to be heard. Thank you, sir.